This week on The Mess We've Made, we talk about Miggy, Mount Pinatubo, and coagulation. What? Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Kit the Bit 2 with friends. No, I'm kidding. Welcome back to another welcome back to another episode of our podcast, The Mess We've Made. I am Kit the Bit 2.
My name is Luigi.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Denzel.
And today we have a very special guest, someone close to our hearts and our minds. Just as his mind is super big, this is Miggy. Woo! We make siren noises.
Hello.
Fake crowd applause.
Welcome.
Nice.
Welcome to the first guest.
I love you, Miggy.
Hello. Poke.
Yeah. First guest,
Okay.
baby.
What's up, Miggy? So, I've
Sports.
heard,
Oh, no.
I'm sure you've heard of our podcast, and before we kick things off, before we go to the body, we will talk about the things we've learned last week. So, I think I'll start
Go for
because
it.
I have a medical medical fact for our medical episode. Whoa. Just some spicy
medical
teasers over there from foreshadowing. I saw this post on Facebook before. I wasn't sure it was real. Apparently, there was this woman who can smell out if someone has Parkinson's. Like, she can smell if someone has Parkinson's disease. It was on Facebook, so of course I was like, what? This is so iffy. I don't think this is real. So I searched it up, and I think it's real. This is from npr.org. It's
What does
her name
Parkinson's
is
smell like?
Joy
NPR.
Milne. According to her, she smelled it first on her husband. First she was like, ooh, kind of manly feel, and then it kind of got weird. He got diagnosed a few years later that he actually has Parkinson's disease. And then when they went for counseling, like those group sessions, like, hey, I'm Kit, I'm an alcoholic. But instead of like Alcoholics Anonymous, it's a bunch of people who has Parkinson's. And then apparently, when she came in the room, she noticed like,
Support group.
yo, what's good? What's the smell? Something's funky here. And then on the way back, she kind of realized, wait, dude, can I
can
actually smell Parkinson's? So she reached out to this University of Edinburgh professor named Tilo Kunath, and that he just ignored him. He just ignored her. Like, what? Yeah, I can smell Parkinson's. What's wrong with you? And then when he heard about this research that showed dogs could smell cancer, he was like, bruh, maybe this might be a thing. So he gave it a try. He got a bunch of shirts from different types of people, those who do have Parkinson's and those who don't. And then he made her smell it. So she sniffed it out, and then those she said that had Parkinson's. The only error she had was this one person who didn't have Parkinson's. But
Was
after a while,
diagnosed with Parkinson's.
the guy comes back
No
and he goes
way.
like, bro, I actually have Parkinson's.
What?
And she's like, what's
So,
up?
wait, let me get this clear. She cannot only smell present Parkinson's, but also future Parkinson's.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I have a question.
It's pretty whack. Yeah, what's up?
Kit.
Yeah.
Question.
Is she from the United States of America?
No.
Oh. Wait, let me check. I'm not really sure.
Here we
I
go,
think this
yo.
is- I think
Wait,
this is
what-
England. I think it's
What
UK.
is Miggy implying here?
Her name's Joy Milne.
I'm not
Milne.
implying anything.
Yes, Joy Milne.
Have they
Joy
found
Milne.
out what makes
MILNE.
her smell
Milne.
Parkinson's?
I don't think I've read that far.
Okay,
'Cause
well,
I gave up. But I think they were like trying to figure it out how and why. But it's up to you guys to
Interesting.
find out
Weird.
if it's real or not. I mean, it's in BBC, so
Sugoi desu ne.
Indeed.
When
Super
did you
interesting though.
Weege.
Okay, although my fact is not medical related, what I learned last week is the company HP, Hewlett Packard, so they make laptops and technology in general. Their name was decided in a coin toss when they were formed. So the two guys, Hewlett and Packard, they were like, "Hey, what do you want to name our company? Packard Hewlett, Packard Hewlett,
Packard Hewlett.
Hewlett Packard." And then they were both like, "Oh, I don't know." So they flipped the coin, and 100 years later, HP is HP and not PH.
100 years later.
And thank
Wow.
God
Imagine
they're not
that.
PH.
And
Good thing, good thing that's
Imagine.
not what Merriam-Webster did for the dictionary.
Yeah, as if
Webster Merriam.
Webster Merriam.
Webster Merriam.
Thinking
Mariah.
of like thinking about PH printers is so weird from HP printers.
Well,
Is it-
maybe that's because we're born
Yeah, exactly.
into it,
Is it
Yeah.
weird
molded
because
by it.
is it weird because we were it's
Yeah,
part
that's
of
what
our
we're used to it.
timeline, or is it?
Yeah.
Ooh. What if the Philippines was named the
our country.
Philippines?
Wait,
Philippines.
what?
No, it's Philippines.
Is the-
Philippines.
Is the Philippines name based on a coin toss as well?
Yeah. Instead of PH, they spelled it HP.
Hup.
Philippines.
Hup.
Philippines.
Hup Filipino. Hup Philippinex.
Oh, second episode
Whoa.
where this has popped up.
Oh no.
I identify as a Philippines.
Oh
Philippines.
no.
Okay. Mr. Brian, what have you learned, sir?
Okay, since today is the first Monday of October,
Ooh,
I have an October-related fact.
Spooky.
So everyone knows that Octo means 8.
It
like
means
the name of the
octopus.
October comes from the Latin octo, meaning 8, because in the Roman calendar, October was the 8th month of the year. But because of the Julian calendar reform, they added January and February at the beginning, hence making October the 10th month.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's my fun fact for you
So
all.
in short, life doesn't make any sense.
So I bet
No, Julius Caesar messed everything
yeah,
up.
Julius Caesar
Damn it,
messed
Julius.
up the chance for Lazada and Shopee to make 8/8 in October. Damn you, Julius Caesar!
Damn, Caesar.
Caesar saw this coming.
Damn
He didn't see
Caesar.
the stab on his back coming.
Ay.
Hey.
History facts.
That really
Denzel, what have you
hurts.
learned?
Okay. So here I'll show you. I have 2 cans of tuna.
Oh wow.
First, I want to ask all of you, which one do you think
Not
has
sponsored, by the way.
more tuna in the can?
So for
For-
our audio listeners, Denzel is holding up a can of
Oh, yes.
Century tuna, hot and spicy, and Century tuna.
2 cans.
What is that?
Oh yeah.
Flakes and oil? Flakes
Segue
and
to
oil?
the ad.
Oh.
Is it flakes and oil?
Hold
It
up.
is flakes and oil.
Is it
It's
flakes
an
and
oil.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one of the cans is the tall one, and then the other one is the short,
It's a
more
fat boy.
flat one.
Indeed.
Yeah, yeah,
The,
yeah. So
the long one, the
I
flat
want to
one.
ask all of you which one has more tuna in it.
Well, obviously, the thick, short
Yeah,
boy.
I think the short one.
I think they're.
I think
I
the
think
one
they're
that
the
looks like a
same.
wheel. Yeah,
Okay, so
and not
so
the
what
tissue roll.
I learned a few days ago, because I've been measuring the weight of food, as part of it's a long story, but I usually measure my food
For
when I
science, for
eat.
science.
Interesting.
Yep. And I learned that the difference between these 2 cans is that this flat boy is only 15% more than this tall boy,
Okay.
which for me is very surprising because I used to think that this fat boy could
It's
yield
twice
about
the
3
amount.
of this tall
Oh,
boy.
thrice?
So it's it's very interesting to me because like I mean I'm pretty sure there's some people who also are on diets and like they want to eat tuna, so they opt for the smaller option. But then it only for them to find out that it's not that much of a drastic difference as compared to just buying this more meaty man. So the yield of this meaty boy is about 180 grams, and then this small boy is 155 grams. So if you want to go all
difference?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. What's the
oh yeah,
price
actually
difference?
yeah, I actually forgot.
Oh god.
What's the point?
I didn't buy this.
That's
I didn't buy this, so I don't know.
that's
But
Denzel's
I don't know.
fun
I
fact for
think the
next
stall
week.
guy is cheaper. But then yeah, I also want to add that in terms of nutritional content, this short boy is about 100. Oh, sorry. Let me just check my notes. Hold up. So this tall boy has 320 calories in this one serving alone, and then this one has 277. So the difference is about 40 calories only, and that 40 calories could amount to 2 sticks of sticko, or about 30 grams of white rice, or half a Milo sachet. So that small amount is kind of really negligible if you think about it. So if I were you, go get the meaty boy instead, because not only will you leave full, but you'll also have a full stomach, I guess. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but
Skip
yes.
ads,
Okay,
skip ads.
absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
Amazing.
Century tuna, you know what to do.
Second week in a
Thank you,
row
Miggy.
Thank
where
you.
we have given our viewers food pricing advice.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Last week was pizza.
Last
yeah,
week
I
was
was
pizza.
gonna mention
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, go for the
amazing.
meaty boy.
Amazing.
Meaty tuna
So
boy.
for getting some canned tuna from Century, please get the one that's shaped like a wheel and not like a toilet paper roll. Thank you, Denzel.
Facts. And let's all move over
Facts.
to Miggy. So Miggy, what did you learn last week?
What can you bring to the table?
Since you said something about food, I'll say something about food.
Ooh.
You
let's
guys
go.
know that tempura isn't originally Japanese.
What?
What?
Whoa!
Sacrilege.
Blasphemy.
Tempura is
Sacrilege.
actually something that came from Portugal when the Portuguese
What?
came into Japan in like the
Okay.
16th century.
Okay.
They
okay.
had this dish where they fried some green beans in batter, and I guess the Japanese just saw it and ate it and said, "Oh, we should
saw,
we should
saw
we should-
it and
we should-
ate it. What?
So
we
the
should
Portuguese
batter all of our
started
food."
Deep frying food.
Amazing.
Yeah, and they have a lot of deep fried stuff like string beans.
I'm actually not familiar with
eggplants.
Portuguese cuisine, so yeah, I don't know much.
Let's
But
look at
you're
what-
familiar
what
with
it's called.
tempura.
Yes.
Wow.
The green bean dish is called Peixinhos da Horta. I'm sorry if I butchered that pronunciation.
To all our Portuguese listeners, we're sorry.
Wow. TMWM worldwide.
Hell yeah, that's the point.
That's
Amazing.
So
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I think I also heard that I think tuna sashimi or salmon
Salmon
sashimi.
sashimi.
Salmon, yeah. Wasn't from
Yeah,
Japan
yeah.
either. It was
It's
also
Norway.
from
Oh, yeah?
random-
It's from Norway.
Yeah, it was like from a European country and they were like, "Hey, we should do that too."
Yeah, the Norwegians in like the 80s were like, we have too much salmon. Who do we send it to?
Oh, I
So-
watched this video. It's from
Yeah,
Great
shout
Big
out
Story.
Great Big Story.
Oh no!
Rest
sad
in peace.
Rest in
news.
peace.
Thank you
Super
for
Big
sad
sads.
the year,
news.
3 years. What is it? 3 years?
3 or
years?
5.
Oh,
5, I
5
think.
years. Thank you
Five?
for
Yeah,
the
I think
years
5.
of
Long about
knowledge.
years.
Oh man.
So
Do
sad
we, do we
that you are
dedicate this
going.
episode to Great
Why
Big
not?
Story?
Why not? Great. This episode is
why
now
not?
dedicated to the Great Big Story.
A moment of silence for Great Big
Yep.
Story. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Back to our wonderful, wonderful episode today. So, Miggy, are you ready for making a mess with us?
Yes. Now that we are
I'd
warmed
like
up,
to make some mess with you.
now time to make some mess.
You make it sound so kinky, though.
Oh no!
Isn't that
Ah,
what's
we're
messy?
We'll be right back with the mess with Miggy after this short break. And we're back from the break. Turn around now and see
Hello.
your ugly face. Okay. Welcome back from the break. It's the main segment time. Today, I will introduce to you Miggy, who will introduce himself. So, Miggy, please introduce yourself.
Who are you?
Hi.
What are you up to? Why
Who
are
am
you on the
I?
show?
24601.
Ooh, I love it. Amazing.
Ooh, I love it.
Well, I can be 24601 because I am struggling. I am a
Indeed.
med student here in the Philippines in online university.
Oh God.
And
Respect.
Respect.
what else can I say about myself other than I need
I think we know that you are a very talented painter, and
Oh, yes.
you have
Oh,
also
yeah.
delved into some
Hiking.
graphic design. Yeah, you are a hikey boy as well.
You're
Outdoor
hiking boy.
enthusiast.
After
Hikey,
Effects.
hikey mountain man.
Hikey, yeah. It's pronounced as hikey.
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 Yeah.
Film photography.
That too, indeed.
Like,
Facts.
Yeah.
I guess I gave up on film because I don't have money.
It's expensive.
Indeed.
Same.
Yes, it is.
How does one even get film developed right now?
From what I heard, there's a lot of grab processes where they send a lot
Ooh.
of film to and from.
Ah,
As usual, they
It's
just
extra,
email the
Wow.
scans.
expense pa.
I don't
I'm-
think I'm
like
okay with that.
I'm
Yeah, 'cause
squirming, dude. Like,
Film is expensive as a hobby as it is. Plus
yeah.
plus
Yes.
grab.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Even
making
And
me
imagine if you like
squirm.
live in like the south, like in Cavite
Yeah.
or in Laguna,
Oh, we all do.
and
Plus you can't even shoot because you're indoors. I mean, you can shoot indoors, but film indoors, is it worth it though?
has to go
If you
halfway
have
across the world to
good model.
Mega Mall or something.
Oh,
God.
Oh, yeah.
Magallanes, I think.
For the listeners, we
Oh,
are
no.
Southerners.
Oh yeah,
On
we're
the
all from the
show.
south here.
Yeah, so SM Mega
100%.
Mall is like from the other side of the
SM
globe.
Mega Mall sounds like a very
Yeah, you
weird
have to
place
take a
for us.
plane.
I used to
get
go
there.
Doesn't
there
make
for
sense
work
to go
every
there.
day, and it wasn't fun.
when
Oh,
they
yeah,
said
right.
that Ortigas was in the middle, complete lies.
Indeed.
I don't think
Agree.
Oh no.
Yo,
I-
hearing the word Ortigas makes me want to cry. It's so
Shout
far
out
away.
to
So far
our
away.
Ortigas listeners.
I think
That's
for
why
go on, Kit.
I think that's why I lost so much money from being late, because it's just
Oh,
the
no.
thought of going to Ortigas every day
Can you
Gets me
imagine
off, like,
traffic?
Exactly.
300 or 500
Yeah,
pesos.
that's
a
what
day.
I was gonna say. For our North friends, our North listeners, it may be the center distance-wise, but it is far more traffic.
It is so
Far
far
more
Yes, and
traffic.
also very traffic.
Let me explain to you. Makati, it has to go through Makati, and then it has to go through BGC, and then it has to go in through Pasig, which is like the Tiendesitas area, or like the Valle Verde area,
Yep.
which is another like 45 minutes. There is one intersection there where the only thing we have to do is turn left, and it takes 1 hour. 1 hour to turn
Rip audio
left.
listeners.
1
Oh,
hour.
Headphone warning.
I know this one. I think I know this one.
It's the one going left to Valle Verde.
He's so
Okay.
mad.
He's so
Anyway,
mad.
before I spur into hating the North more, I would just like to ask Miggy the first question. What was your weirdest quarantine purchase? If you'd,
Ooh.
like to share it with us.
A call back to episode 1.
Episode 1.
Watch it.
Yep. Since we're all still in quarantine, why not?
This might get your podcast demonetized. Is it? Oh,
It's okay.
Are we monetized though?
We're not even getting paid anyway.
We're getting
This video is sponsored by us.
well, I didn't really buy a lot during quarantine because I'm not employed, and since there aren't any classes, I wouldn't be getting any
No bound.
allowance. Yes. So
Damn.
I guess the only weird thing I bought is kinky underwear.
Okay.
What?
Ooh.
You asked for the. Do you want to know?
No judgment here. No judgment
Is
here.
it
No, yeah, no
definable?
judgment
Wait,
at all.
how is it kinky? Is it okay to I don't know. Like how is underwear?
Is
you
it
know,
safe
like how
to
could you?
explain
Does it have
the
like
visuals?
a pouch so it looks like an elephant? Does it have like an elephant graphics on
Oh,
it?
I was-
oh yeah, I know that.
I was tempted to buy that one, but then
Oh, God.
the one I got, it's a mesh jockstrap.
Indeed.
Oh, so it's
Flying
like
it.
it's
Flying it.
see-through.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
see-through.
understand. Kinda. Okay,
Interesting.
okay,
Whack.
okay.
If
I mean, if it
ever
makes you
my
happy,
parents
right?
listen to this, I am so sorry. Though I think they know already.
No, we got you. We got you. We got you. We're all gonna buy our own kinky underwear too, so don't
That's
worry about
groovy.
that.
Yeah, I want
What?
the elephant.
Maybe one day the mess we
underwear.
made branded underwear.
Yep. Why not?
I would totally
Yeah.
buy that.
And
Some
for
crazy
Miggy,
merch.
we're gonna make the mesh we've made.
Oh,
mesh.
Ah.
There we
I
go.
like that,
That's
I like
smart,
that,
that's
I like
smart.
That, I like that. That's very smart.
Our,
Indeed,
our
very
name is very on brand actually for
A bunch of things.
Underwear.
A
lot of
bunch
things.
Like, you know,
so many things.
the mess we've
Uh,
made cleaning company. That's another thing that we could
What?
do.
That's so ironic, though.
The
We
mess-
can start the.
The mess
can
we've
say-
made rage room.
oh, Rage Room.
Oh,
Rage
yeah,
Room.
yeah.
Indeed.
We can start a hospital named The Mess We've Made.
Ooh.
What?
Well,
Ooh.
What?
that
That
may.
doesn't sound appealing at all.
How about
Oh,
the
and
mess
some
we
child
made
care.
food company?
Oh, that I would eat. I would eat that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
You don't even know what we're selling.
Or government office.
Hey.
Ooh,
Hey.
ooh, perfect match.
Oh god.
Interesting.
Oh my
Interesting.
gosh. So in order for you to join us in the mess we've made, we would like to find out what messes you have been making, Miggy. So you're a medical student in what area? You're going for psych, right?
No, that was
Uh,
undergrad, right?
He took up psych.
I took up psych
Yeah.
in my
I
undergrad.
think he's done with that.
Then
So-
yeah,
Yeah, let
I'm
Meg explain.
super done with that. And
so what's happening now?
right now, I'm just in my first year, and it's quite weird nga kasi we're not going through the same curriculum that the other batches have gone through
Hmm.
because it's quarantine.
Hmm.
Like especially in our subjects like in anatomy, since we won't be going to our lab classes, we actually have our curriculum just all jumbled up. Like we look at cells first, and we don't really have like dissection now.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
So-
Unless you dissect yourself, that's crazy.
I mean, yeah, why not?
I can.
He can dissect
no.
one of his cats when they die.
Oh
no.
No.
Please don't die.
Please don't die.
That's not.
Please
But
funny.
don't dissect your pets.
But yeah, Miggy,
Yes.
how's online class? Like especially as you're a freshman right now, like it's all new to you. Like you just graduated and now you're in like a totally different school or something. Like you entered medical school as an online class student. So how is that?
I honestly didn't expect it kasi I enrolled like a day before the lockdown happened. So
Oh wow.
I didn't know that I was gonna be taking my classes online before I enrolled.
Nobody did.
Why
So-
would you have
Mm.
cancelled if you knew that this would happen, or like would you
Hmm.
have made a different decision?
I think I would have pushed back by
Ooh.
a semester if that was possible. Because
So when's
right
the
now,
next semester?
next semester would be like January.
Hmm.
Okay.
Which is quite a
So
long
anyway.
time. But then I think it would be worth it because a lot of our lab classes really aren't the same. Like we're not getting what we're paying for in our tuition,
Hmm.
and I think
True.
it's quite a shame because we're going to miss all of those practical learning that we're supposed to have before we go to the hospital.
Indeed. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think that would have been where I would have started off. Like I can imagine someone like in like IT, you could learn off of a screen. Someone in like
Khan Academy.
social sciences, you could learn off a screen. But for a technical
Yeah.
like a technical education, like being
More
a
hands-on.
doctor, being a filmmaker, how I wonder what the long-term repercussions would be for someone who does use their hands in their profession, not getting that, uh,
Education.
practical time learning in school. Like, I wonder what that would do.
I think I think I kind of got like a gist of that when I was in high school because for our livelihood education sort of, we were supposed to change tires, like just to like fix, like know about
Cars
The
and
car.
yeah.
the general sense of
Ka-chow.
it, like.
Ka-chow.
And the stupidest, and the stupidest thing is, we would sit in a class for 3 or 4 hours, watching videos about different types of engines, and how to change the wheel of a car. And
That's
when it
med school
actually
for you.
happened, that I had to change my tires, I did not go back to those videos.
Indeed.
I think I know the repercussions of like doing hands-on. I mean, doing online instead of hands-on. I guess after all of this, it's like working with leg-sized fingers.
Another throwback. Take a shot every time a
God.
throwback happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult when the actual hands-on experience arrives.
But yeah, I also kind of understand Miggy because like back in college, I also had like anatomy classes, and having those classes, like those lab classes, was already hard as a lab class. Like I can already see it in front of me, but it's already still challenging with that. So having those classes online this time, it adds another depth of difficulty which I can't even imagine. So much I have so much respect for everyone like having their classes online during this time. So yeah, please, you got this.
Stay
We
strong.
Yeah.
believe in you guys.
Especially for
You know,
future doctors.
We all believe in you. For sure, for sure.
But wait,
Miggy Doctor.
before we get too far from this, like, cause for people who don't know, like me, cause honestly, I have no idea what med school is besides it being a school for people who want to be in the medicinal field. So, like, what is med school really? Because there's obviously more to that. Like, how long exactly is
Okay,
med
yeah, that's a nice
school?
question.
What do you get after you finish med school? Because I hear all these terms like residency and specialization and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I hear my friends planning on going to med school, my brain just goes, I guess I'll see this person in 30 years or so. So yeah, so for those who just know like the surface of med school, like can you do a quick deep dive on what really med school is and how long it takes?
Yeah.
How long it would depend on you. How long you
Uh-huh.
would
Oh
last.
my god.
I mean, on a perfect run, on a perfect run
like, on
without
average.
without the
Average
failures.
Uh,
Med school speedrun.
Ideally, your first year would be taking those general, quote unquote, subjects for medicine, like anatomy, biochemistry.
Like PE.
Oh god. Is there PE in med school?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I guess in a sense, there's PE since we
What?
have muscle modules.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Oh,
but
okay.
Okay.
Instead of actually doing the exercise for exercise, we're doing the exercise to measure the exercise.
Mm.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Okay.
So
We'll
first
get back
year's
to
the
this.
general. Second year, you build up on that general knowledge. So if we had biochemistry in first year, we'll learn more about pharmacology in second year, and that means we're like putting things together and putting it in a more clinical aspect. When we get to third year, we'll start learning more clinical skills. Like we'll be interacting with more patients.
Mm-hmm.
Then in fourth year, we'd be staying in the hospital, doing rounds in different wards. So we'd be choosing, like for example, neuro, anesthesiology, pediatrics. Then we graduate, hopefully.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully.
On a speed
For sure,
run.
for sure.
Then we get our license. Then
Hippocratic
we
oath.
practice. Yeah, Hippocratic Oath. Then we practice and go towards our specialization if we want a specialization.
Oh, so that thing is optional.
It's
Yeah.
optional, but like here in the Philippines, it's pretty required.
Highly
Highly
encouraged.
encouraged. By highly encouraged, it means required. Because people don't really go to general practitioners; they go directly to specialists.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Not like in the
So,
US.
what are you planning to specialize in?
If you know.
Yeah, if you have an idea already.
Initially, I said neurology, but then right now we're taking the neuroanatomy module, and I'm not having a good time.
Oh no.
So
I guess we'll
what
see.
got
Damn.
you what got you into this medical field anyway? Like why didn't you decide for something else like trapeze artist or dentist?
Were you forced by your Asian parents?
Dentists are doctors.
Yeah, dentists are doctors.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, dentists are doctors.
Teeth
Different
doctors.
type of doctors.
Yes,
Yeah, but
but they're still doctors.
cause you know, like I think everyone kind of has a general idea on how long this is gonna take, how hard med school is gonna be. So what was your driving force that pushed you to go to med school?
Med school.
Medicine.
Med school.
'Cause this
Write that
thing
down.
this thing isn't easy. Like what was your main drive force? Like being Batman because his parents died. Like what was your parents died moment?
Whoa.
My parents are still alive.
Take it easy, bro. That's good to hear.
But I guess my main motivation is because this country's medical system is really not good.
Mm,
Respect.
respect.
And
I mean, no respect for that. But respect for Miggy.
I guess call me optimistic, but I want to at least make a dent in that system and try to make it better. Although, let's see in like 4 years if I still have the same optimism. Hopefully, I do, because
Hopefully.
a lot of people really need that help, especially in like far-flung areas.
Do you
Dude.
remember like a specific instance in which you were like, yeah, dude, whatever, I'm gonna be a doctor. Like, see that
Oh,
guy?
no.
I'm gonna help him.
Is this
Oh,
LinkedIn?
yeah. I remember this one moment because I'm a mountaineer, right? So of course I climb mountains.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was
It's the
hiking
climb.
in Pinatubo,
Mm.
not the easy
Whoa.
trail where you take a 4x4 and go like directly.
Flex on them. Flex on them.
Like that.
Flex on the.
Damn.
I took the harder
Pinatubo?
trail.
Damn.
It was supposed to be Delta 5, but it was a rainy week, so we took the mountainous, more foresty trail. I think that was called Sapangua. Yeah, Sapangua. When we came down from viewing the crater, another group was going down the mountain because, like, how do I visualize it? To go to the crater, you have to go down from this one mountain and climb up to the crater, right? We were we were supposed to go up to that mountain you initially had to descend on, and that a group was climbing down. And since they were climbing down, we were just watching them pass by. When suddenly, one of their members fell down. Like so, I think that was
Yikes.
like a total of 3 thuds before he finally made it to the base of the mountain.
Ouch.
The bottom.
Oh.
Yes,
Damn.
it was really shocking because like he was still alive, thankfully, and also not thankfully because
Thankfully.
it was very horrific in a sense that you could hear him breathing, his labored breathing.
Mm.
You could feel his pain, not just by looking at him, but by hearing how he would take in his breaths. Because I suspect that he broke like a few ribs,
Mm.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
and
Damn.
like
Damn.
moment of silence.
Damn.
What
I think that
Moment of silence again.
what
that
happened?
dude is still alive pa naman. But
what yeah,
okay.
I was gonna say what happened after. Like how did they fix that situation?
Yeah.
it was quite tricky kasi to get to that point, you need to hike like about 6 hours
Oh
before you'd
crap.
go back to like some sort of civilization.
Damn.
What?
So, what we did, there wasn't also like signal in the area, so we had to like hike for a bit for us to get like cell reception, so we could call
So
the people in the barangay so that they could
So
send
did
people
your-
to.
sorry.
area.
Okay, no, just keep going. So did your group like just stop and then just help out?
Of course, we tried to
Other
help
group,
out, but then like there's so little you could do. Like at that time, I had some like basic life support training, but then when I saw that guy, I still didn't know what to do because he was like in the middle of the
Yeah, it's kind of different when you're there, ne?
yeah, like he was in the middle of the bushes, breathing his lungs out, and like
Gasping for life.
Damn.
you couldn't move the guy kasi like if you move the guy,
Yeah. Something's
you
broken
might like
maybe.
fracture his neck, and like potentially kill him. So what our group did was we just tried as much as possible to contact the people in the barangay so that they could send help as soon as possible. And from what I know, they tried to send a chopper in,
Whoa.
but since it was very cloudy, they weren't able to land the chopper. It was also rainy. So, oh my god, this is very brutal pala, no?
Wow.
It's a
we
very
did not
brutal-
Your
expect
origin,
This
yeah.
is your Batman.
This is your origin
This is your
story.
bad-
Amazing.
the podcast has changed the genre on the second episode.
It's
Yeah. We're now an inspirational, motivational podcast. Like
Yeah,
Go back to this
Some-
podcast after
Believe
20
in
years
Jesus.
and you'll see Miggy.
this
What's
is
that?
LinkedIn.
what's that movie with James Franco?
127
127
hours.
127 hours.
Where he
Yeah.
cut off his arm.
Oh, that movie is wild.
Yikes.
Spoiler.
Movie, though. Oh shit.
So
I think the guy
Miggy,
came
do you
down.
want to continue?
Yeah, sure, I'll
You want to
continue.
continue?
Uh, okay, so we called the people in, and since they're experts naman of the trail, they got to the people real quick. So I said 6 hours, diba? They got there in about like 3 hours.
Damn.
Speed run.
Speed run.
I think he was safe naman in the end.
Damn.
Although we're
Well,
not,
that's a good
not
thing.
really updated, but I don't think he died.
Okay.
But that sucks
Hopefully.
also as like a mountaineer. Like I'm pretty sure you couldn't climb mountains anymore. Like after
Yeah,
that
that's super
event happens.
traumatizing.
They
Like especially
closed
if
the
like you're super
trail.
passionate about doing
Oh
it.
wow.
Oh what?
They closed the trail after that
Damn.
because of that
Because of
guy.
that. Amazing.
That incident.
So
Damn.
Pinatubo only has an easy mode now.
Easy mode
Well,
speed run.
I
Any
think they're
person.
closed generally right now because of the
I
pandemic.
mean, yeah, right now.
Well,
but like on a normal day, like before the pandemic, it's
Uh,
only easy mode Pinatubo.
Well, it's been a few years now, like 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So I think they eased up on the restriction now.
Damn.
But wait, I think they added like rails this time.
okay. Or like guides or something. Like
Oh.
parang, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What would you...
So it's medyo hard din kasi
Pedestals.
Hold on.
the incline was like 70 to 80 degrees going down. That's probably why he
okay.
fell.
Yeah,
That's so steep.
indeed.
Yeah, indeed.
What?
Wait, I have a protractor here.
So
What?
for
Do you need a
our
protractor for medical school?
audio listeners, check out YouTube.
Drawing bones.
Check out the YouTube. Miggy's showing us on his
Basically, I'm
protractor.
just showing 70
Oh, yeah, that's very
degrees.
steep.
That's really
80
steep.
That is
Yeah.
so steep.
That's
Oh
really
my
steep.
God.
So what's
almost straight.
what's the technique for that? Do you have like tools, or are you really just like using your hands and like
Yeah, like
Shuffling.
Tomb Raider
Are
Like,
you,
vibes.
like,
really
shuffling?
just using our hands.
wow?
We were keeping
Wild.
our gravity low. We were just basically just like hugging the ground
Hmm.
and crawling until we get down.
Amazing.
Plus, it was raining that time.
Oh,
Bruh.
It was.
Crazy.
It wasn't raining when the guy fell.
but it had
It only
rolled.
It only started raining after.
After.
Oh no.
Damn, imagine if it was raining.
Oh, man.
That'd be
Wait, so
even more yikes.
I think I have like a segue to this. Since you don't necessarily know your like specialization yet, if you've picked a specialization yet, but like a lot of, I guess, my doctor friends and even family always have that thinking in the back of their head na, do I go the St. Luke's route and be like a private clinic doctor, or do I go into the bundok and heal poor villagers
Yeah.
in far-flung areas? Do you have any idea how that on that front, what you want to do?
I think my answer is pretty obvious right now, though.
Yeah,
Like,
Boom.
bundok.
yeah, nice.
Respect.
I'll
Dude,
try
that's so
to
cool.
That's so dope.
Hiking doctor,
as
bro.
much experience as possible before going into the bundok, because I don't think that my fresh grad, fresh degree, fresh license
Yeah.
self will do like so much help to those communities. So I don't wanna go there half baked.
So how would that usually go? Like you'd stay at a hospital, work at a hospital for a while, or work for like an NGO, or like
I
don't
think
know.
I'll work for a hospital for a bit, for like a few years. Then I'll go to the province na,
Nice.
partner with NGOs or something.
Like
We'll
Red
visit you.
Cross or like World Vision or something.
Amazing.
Yep.
I have a question about hiking. Like speaking of hiking, is hiking allowed again since the strict quarantine has been recently lifted? Like, are there hiking groups hiking groups organizing hikes again? Because, like, come to think of it, hiking is like a good way to distance yourself from society while being outdoors at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, try going
True.
up the mountains and like don't come back down again. I
Like
guess.
the NBA.
Just live there.
Whoop,
Oh
whoop, whoop, whoop.
no.
We're not
The
red tagging
NBA,
anyone here.
The
the
NBA.
NBA,
The
the
NBA, the
playoffs.
NBA.
They don't hike, Kit.
They play basketball, right?
Miami?
I'm sorry.
Miami?
The
Lakers?
NBA.
The NBA.
Okay.
So
Anyway,
yeah, like is it allowed again?
I know some mountains in Tanay are open now. I'm not sure about the other areas, but I know hiking is allowed again in some areas.
I've
I mean, it could make sense
like,
naman.
and I've actually seen some IG stories like for our friends who don't live in Manila. Like I've seen some people hiking or like going out on excursions outside of Manila in the provinces in the south and like Cebu, Davao, Cagayan area. Like yeah, like it seems to be a lot more laxed outside of the metro. Versus being in Metro
Yeah.
Manila. So,
Where population density is
Yeah,
way
yeah.
lower
Yeah.
than the metro.
mm,
I mean, the only mountains we have here are just skyscrapers.
I mean,
And trash.
you have Laguna.
Laguna's
Some
not
sheer
part of Metro
Madrid-type
Manila though.
beat. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Geography.
right. Because Brian's here, I'm like, I
We
thought,
have-
you know, we're all
We
from
have
Metro Manila.
Ateneo. We have Ateneo. That big mountain of Ateneo
Like the church,
in
the
Metro
chapel.
Manila. Because it's up on the hill.
Oh no, there's a mountain here in the south in Alabang.
What? Where?
Mount Macdo.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah, Mount Macdo.
No.
Oh
Here we go. Here we go.
It's the universal meetup.
Okay, so
Not
with
for
the
us.
quarantine, with the quarantine
us
going
anymore.
on, and all the medical things you've been seeing, Miggy, are you still like hopeful? Like, are you still on that optimistic side?
Yeah, like are you not discouraged at all with all of this
the medical
happening?
practitioners and our frontliners being treated this way? Like, what's
Oh,
what's your take on that?
I think I have no choice but to be hopeful.
Mm.
But
That's good.
to be real though, I think there really is more hope with the new generation of doctors. Like I think
Yeah.
it takes like grit to go into this industry right now, this practice, especially at the time of like really shitty healthcare systems and trapo government people and PhilHealth scandals.
And there
It's
are
like- it's just-
120,000
it's just-
Adobe Suite.
Patong over.
They're gaining PCs.
so
I'm-
basically, like there's no way to go but up from here.
I'm just hopeful
For sure.
that the same old dogs that keep the system bad will go away and die already.
Okay.
And like the new
So that's-
generation will come and replace them.
Yeah.
So as you are being hopeful for the future and with the new generation, is it because of med school? Is it because of what you're seeing in med school now? Like how's med school for you now? Like we've talked about past Miggy, like Batman origin story Miggy, future hybrid hiking doctor Miggy. What's Miggy now? Like how's med school? Can you like give us like a brief
Yeah, like
description of
how are your peers?
how are your peers? How's like what are you learning? Like what's med school about for you right now?
Med school right now is basically modules upon modules of online work. It's hard, but then once you get it, it's pretty satisfying to feel that, oh, my brain is working. I'm actually learning something.
Can you give an instance, and like a lesson that you recently just
Wait. It's crazy how Miggy is studying neural science. So like it's his brain working, trying to understand
Itself.
itself.
Yeah, I was also gonna say that.
Yes.
That's whack.
Yeah, right. Like, shouldn't your brain know this already since
It's
like
That's how it
you're
works.
I don't think that's how it
Well,
works, Denzel.
like
we
God
don't
damn
even
it, brain.
I think my
The
brain
named
knows.
itself. It has to know something.
I think everyone's brain knows how to work itself. It's just that it can't explain how to do it.
Get
I'll
roasted,
leave in
boy.
this room now. Goodbye.
Can you give us a lesson where your brain actually learned how to explain itself to itself?
We're going there.
Oh, it's pretty
Like
hard
a recent,
because
like a recent eureka moment, the one that made you realize, oh, I actually got this. Like just a quick one.
anatomy is on my backlog right now. Let's just go to physiology instead of anatomy.
Okay, you're the guest.
Okay, up to you, dude.
So let's take an example. Like for example, you pierce your skin and you start bleeding. What do you guys usually see? You guys just see the bleeding, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
for med students, we don't see bleeding anymore. We see numbers. The factors that go into
What?
developing coagulation.
Damn.
Because there are like so many pathways that contribute to how your blood clots are made. Like one of them is the intrinsic pathway, where you go from blood clotting factor 12 to 11 to 9 to 10. Don't ask why it's 11 to 9 to 10. Because I don't. Doctors don't know how
You
to count.
probably won't get it anyway.
Then that intrinsic pathway works at the same time with the extrinsic pathway, where if there's shear force on your skin, wait, let me get my notes.
Of course.
I think it
You got
was
this, you got this.
factor 7. Notes.
You can show your notes on the pod. Like this is not an exam.
Oh my god.
We're
You've
open
been planted
notes
by your profs for like an impromptu
But yeah,
quiz
like,
on the podcast.
I think this is something I find super interesting. Like, you learn about blood clotting in high school bio, and it's like, yeah, the blood clots so that it forms like a barrier, blah blah. But to learn like the nuances of like this is the
Yeah.
science behind it, that's super cool.
It's really cool, actually. Yeah.
So if you see
Oh
here,
my God.
Oh my
Second part.
gosh, look
Wait,
at all these
That's a
notes.
lot
You
of
see
notes
here-
for our audio listeners.
So,
PTSD.
wait,
Niggy
yeah, I
is
was
showing-
right.
yeah,
It was
Niggy is showing his notes to
blood
us.
clot factor 7 here. 7 goes into 10.
Oh my god.
Then this is where the intrinsic and the extrinsic pathway meet. Then they go into the common pathway. So they meet with blood clotting factor 2. Then it's activated by blood clotting factor 10. Are you guys still okay?
Yeah.
online class feels like-
I'm
Go for
okay.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is probably what
The
online
blood
class
in
feels
my
like.
brain is clotting right now.
So that's prothrombin to thrombin. And the presence of thrombin activates fibrinogen into fibrin. And
Oh, I know
fibrin is what's in charge of keeping your blood together to clot, so you won't keep on bleeding.
Indeed.
Oh.
That is amazing.
I won't go deeper into it na kasi
Online class.
we
will
might
No,
be
that's okay.
using up so much more time.
I'm
It's
actually,
cool.
I'm
fine.
honestly just surprised you actually got got this far just through online Zoom call.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually,
Mad
it's
props.
not online Zoom calls. It's more of the
what?
profs just like pre-recording their lectures and like sending it to us.
Oh.
What?
Ooh.
Wait.
But I think that's a
Wild.
better setup.
Yeah, that's better though.
No, but like you can't ask questions.
No, we can ask
Like live.
questions.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Not live. Yeah,
not live.
Like we have to think of our questions, then type it to the discussion board,
Wow.
or like
What?
message the prof.
Crazy
Campus.
times. Crazy times.
Indeed.
I sincerely hope that like, I mean, cause like you know how, I guess even the schools are fumbling like, well, how do we do this? Cause this has never happened before. But I'm hoping like there's a way na, I don't know, maybe in like second year or whenever it clears up, they can like go back and like refund your parang, people who want to do this lab class practically, you can come back and
Yeah.
do it again or something, or I don't know.
For
I don't
free.
even know how that would work.
Not,
Like,
No.
or probably not refund, probably like just not charge.
or
They
like
The one
probably
you paid
won't do
before
that.
is already
like some
I
some
think the
just
idea is
hoping.
the same.
some sort of makeup, like here is something that we can do na, so you can learn it hand in hand. I
Yeah.
don't even know. The universities can't
We
figure
have
it out.
anatomy
What
videos.
can 5 dudes on the internet come up with?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Unprofessional dudes, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah.
Yep.
Our disclaimer for the episode: we are not professional podcasters nor medical practitioners.
Professionals. Period.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
You don't know anything.
yet.
I guess they can
Yeah.
tell.
Yet.
Yet.
So
Oh, he's down here for me.
So
Hopefully.
So-
take our words with a grain of salt until
Yes.
Miggy graduates from med school.
A huge, a block of salt.
You
A
offer
You
sack
will.
of salt, a
Going
dump
towards
truck
me.
of salt.
So, unlike Miggy, who cannot ask live questions, do we have any more live questions for our boy Miggy?
Yeah, I think.
I think
I
the
think we're
coagulation.
So, while our brain is still in coagulation mode,
Please,
we
no,
will
no,
have
no.
our
I don't think that's how it works.
wait, no,
That's
not
not good. That's not
While our
good.
brain is learning to explain itself. Got it. While our brains are learning to explain itself, we are going to have a debate later. But for now, we're gonna have our break. And we're back. We are back. So since Miggy is our first guest, we haven't explained things here on the podcast and how things are gonna work. So before this podcast started, we asked our guest if he wanted to do a haiku or he wanted to do a debate. And just as I've mentioned a while ago, we are going to do a debate today. And now we will let Miggy decide who his opponent for this debate will be. And then
Yeah, so like
the topic
that's
will
the
be
thing.
introduced.
If we have a guest, so for our future episodes, whenever we have a guest, our guest will always be one of the debaters,
yes.
and they will always pick one of the four of us
Yep.
who to debate with. So that's a fixed rule. And if we have no guest, it's gonna be like the first episode again. So yeah,
If
Miggy,
you wanna be
take the
a
wheel.
guest though,
Let's go.
like hit
we
us
wanna
up
Go against.
Yeah.
on our
Shout out.
Instagram.
Shout out to our future guests who are listening.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, for sure.
so Mr. Miggy, sir, who would you like to debate against for this episode?
Actually, I've already chosen since before we
God.
started the episode
I think I know who this is.
because
Okay.
this person
Oh, I think I know too.
has been hinting that he wants to debate. I'll choose them.
Okay.
The mastermind.
Okay.
of the
Go.
debate.
You've been
Okay.
wanting it since last episode, then.
Yeah, because he always has the prompts, so he can't play. But now,
Wait, so it's me?
Yeah,
It's you.
yeah,
it's
Oh,
you.
I thought,
That's
I didn't hear. I thought you were talking about Kit, because
What?
Kit used to be at the debate team with
Oh,
M.
I
Night
chose you.
Shyamalan plot.
Oh, so it's
No,
me.
it's
Holy
you.
shit. Okay, I didn't expect
it's
this.
you.
Oh my god.
Because
I
like
didn't expect this either.
Denzel has
Same.
all the prompts, so
I had
technically
such a
he can
juicy
play.
prompt,
But
damn.
now I've prepared my own prompts.
Oh my god.
So our topic for dumb debate for this episode is: would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life, or constantly feel like you're about to sneeze?
Oh God.
Oh my god.
So since Miggy is our beloved guest for this episode, we're gonna let him pick his side, and we're gonna let him pick if he wants to go first or second. So yeah. Okay, while Miggy's deciding, before you think of me as a monster or like as the devil, quick disclaimer: I just saw this from the internet, so please, I am not Satan whatsoever. Okay, Miggy, have you picked a side?
I guess I'll go with feeling like I'm about to sneeze
Ooh.
Constantly.
Okay.
constantly.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
Denzel is taking the side of hiccups, perpetual hiccups for the rest of his life. Okay, Miggy, do you wanna go first or second
Oh,
before
we're going
we?
for it now? Okay.
I'll
Holy shit.
I'll let Denzel go first.
Okay.
So,
Oh, I didn't expect this again.
So
So it's
before
Denzel going first
Bamboozled.
for the side
Holy
of
flying
hiccups,
fuck.
and it's Miggy going second for the side of sneeze. So we're gonna give them time to think about it, and we'll be back. And welcome back to Dumb Debates. For those who don't know how Dumb Debates work, Dumb Debate is a very, very, very informal debate that will revolve around a prompt. And the prompt given today for our participants, which is Miggy, right here, and Denzel, who's probably right
no,
here.
other side.
Oh, no, Denzel.
There.
The prompt is: would you rather have hiccups for the rest of your life, or constantly feel like you're about to sneeze? And since Miggy is our guest, he picked the side of the sneeze, and he'd rather go second. So yeah, for them debates, they will each have 1 minute to argue their sides, and after that, we will give them a chance for a rebuttal for half a minute, which is 30 seconds. And
Quick
yeah, the
math.
three of us non-participants here, me, Luigi, and Kit, will be deciding on a winner.
Ooh, and
So,
this
yeah.
time we
Uh-huh.
since we're three,
You have a tiebreaker.
yeah, sure ball. It's either unanimous or someone wins.
Yeah, but
Amazing,
for you,
amazing,
listeners
amazing.
out there, feel free to voice out your opinions on who won.
Yes, please.
the
Don't forget to tag us on
debate.
Yeah,
Instagram.
tag us on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Podcast.
Comment on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Tell your
Yep.
friends.
Okay, so I am the timer master for this game today. Denzel, are you ready?
Wait, before I begin, I just want to
Oh,
say
no.
that Miggy is a very seasoned debater. Back in high school, he used to debate like very competitively, and I, on the other hand, have never had experience whatsoever
Wow.
participating in any debate. So I just want to put it out there, Miggy.
Wow.
I mean, I just want to say that Miggy, you
Doing
can
our
demolish
guests
me or whatever. You
dirty.
can step on me. Look, I'm okay. I will take a defeat with pride. I won't give a shit. But yeah, I'm gonna try what I can.
Scared.
At
No,
the
no,
beginning?
No,
At
let's
the
fucking do this.
beginning?
Okay, Denzel,
been
your
years,
1
though.
minute. Denzel's 1
Wait,
minute.
Denzel,
starts.
for the side
Yes.
of
Oh yeah.
hiccups.
Starts
1 minute, start now.
now.
Okay, so perpetually hiccuping. I'm pretty sure all of you have seen the Joker movie, and where he always just laughs a lot. Like, I think that's almost similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's almost similar. People will get used to it. It could be funny, it could be not. But hiccuping perpetually, it's like, one day it'll just be something that people will remember you of, but maybe not in a bad way. Also, would you rather, if you wanna, like sneeze but
30
you can't,
seconds.
it's like what's that feeling, bro? It's like perpetual blue balls at the same time, bro. Like, I wouldn't want that. Like, just wanting to sneeze, like, I don't know. I would rather die. Or I would rather have hiccups forever. So, I guess that's all I can say.
15 seconds.
Time. Yeah,
Ooh.
time.
15 seconds.
Ooh, finishing
Ending
early.
his time. Okay. Mr. Miggy, are you ready?
I respect you.
I am ready.
Okay,
Miggy
your
for the
1
side
minute.
of constantly about to sneeze. Luigi, give the
Okay,
ghost.
your time starts now. 1 minute.
Okay, so basically, I have allergic rhinitis. So I really have seasons wherein I feel like I'm about to sneeze all the time. So I'm used to it. Second, I think that constantly having to feel that you're about to sneeze rather than constantly hiccuping is better in a practical sense, since you want to keep stable when you're doing
30
some
seconds.
fine things like shooting something with your camera or like doing surgery. I'd rather have a stable hand than accidentally hiccup and like bust the carotid artery of my patient. And thirdly, I
10
think
seconds.
hiccups can be quite painful if they're very close to each other in frequency. And that is it.
Time. Ooh, right on time.
Ooh,
As in 1 minute on the dot.
Some spicy points on the
Indeed.
first round.
Indeed.
You fucking
Heated.
shoot me right now, bro.
They're heated.
Okay. 30 seconds on the clock for rebuttal number 1, Denzel. Time.
Wait, let me just...
Oh.
Okay, go. Let's go.
Time
Okay.
starts now.
So, you said that you want stable hands while hiccuping. I'm pretty sure, like, if you're about to sneeze, I'm pretty sure you're not stable as well. So, like, just imagine you're about to sneeze right now. I mean, right? Whatever. Like, also, if I want to do surgery on a
seconds.
patient with perpetual blue balls, I will just not be a doctor or whatever. I don't even know anymore. But yeah, I think,
Time.
yeah, God damn it.
Oh, God.
Yo, it's okay, man.
Oh, no.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Miggy,
Okay.
are you
Let's
ready?
hand final rebuttal to Miggy.
Your time.
30 seconds.
30 seconds
Good.
starts now.
I think Denzel's point can work on both sides because Denzel said that he can just get used to hiccuping all the time, where I can get used to constantly feeling that I have to sneeze all the time. So I don't think your
10
point
seconds.
stands because I can learn how to be stable while
3.
I do surgery while wanting to sneeze.
Time. Oh, it's no.
Get demolished, son.
Yo, I think I broke,
Oh, God.
my brain is clotting right now.
Okay. So,
Don't make me do your surgery.
Oh my god.
Who wants to go
But yeah,
first?
Mr.
a very
Judges.
formidable
Ooh.
opponent.
Who wants to go first?
So
That was a great
I think
battle.
I can go first.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, Denzel, your opening punches, your opening swings, I was like, okay, I'm on this. Like, I'm on this train. I'm your arguments made sense. Like, I agree. So there are people who do hiccup a lot, but having the constant just the constant it's
Urge.
almost like a pain, kind of. Having that would be annoying indeed. But I gotta hand it to Mr. Miggy, because once the rebuttals came in, and also when Miggy presented his argument, it was equal for me. When both arguments were presented, it was fairly equal for me. But when the rebuttals came in, I was like, okay, I think Miggy has solidified my vote, because the point about it normalizing, na since you live with it for a long time, technically both phenomenon would normalize. Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to go with Miggy for this round.
Respect.
Indeed.
Thank you,
Kip,
sir.
do you want to go
My first
next?
L.
Or do I go next?
Yeah, okay. I think I'll go next.
Okay.
It's kind of obvious who I'm giving it to.
Ooh.
And I have the same sentiments with Weege. Like it was actually really close. Like I was equally convinced on like why this is good, why this is good. I think Denzel, the thing you missed was you were focusing more on what people think about when you have the hiccup, and less more on if you have the hiccup. Because you were
Indeed.
like, oh, people are just gonna get used to it. Oh, people are just gonna
Okay,
get used
okay.
to it. But you didn't like specifically say that you're going to get used to it.
Oh,
unlike Miggy when he said nah, he's just gonna get used to it. Like he's
Indeed.
okay with getting blue balled
Okay.
like
Okay.
his
Indeed.
entire life.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't more on the fact that both of you are in the level of please support me, but Miggy kicked it up a notch by making it look like you're sucked more. So that was the
classic debater move.
classic debater
Demolished.
move.
Indeed.
That's just all on my end. Brian, what do you think? The
Oh,
deciding factor.
well, I
Well, actually,
really
it's already
think.
been
It's
said.
ready. Yeah, it's ready.
Yeah, I think
but-
it's a
yeah.
2-0 now. Perpetual blue balls is super funny and super sad at the same time. Yeah, both of you brought up good points. Well, that's what the previous judges have said, and I think props to Denzel because he went first, so it's kind of difficult to go first in where in the scenario is equal for the first round. But yeah, when rebuttals came in, Miggy demolished everything Denzel said, and so yeah, I think
He did,
we
he
have
did.
a clear winner for today's
Sorry, Denzel.
debate.
Congratulations. No, it's fine, bro. I will take this L with pride.
Oh, for the winner of Dumb
For the win.
Debates, our beloved guest, Miggy.
Good
A
job,
round of
bro.
applause.
I love you forever.
Jazz hands.
All right.
Bro fist.
Miggy, you are winning. What? What is Miggy winning?
A
know
4-inch
what
cast
you-
iron skillet this
A
time.
4-inch.
It just gets bigger and bigger.
Wasn't it
Yep.
4-inch last time?
It was
No,
3
it's
inches.
3.
Oh, it's
It was
3 inches
three.
last
Four
time.
now.
Now it's 4
Yeah.
inches.
Wait,
It's 4 now.
Amazing.
Wait, is this legit?
Oh no.
We hope so.
We hope so.
We hope
Someone
so.
can-
Sponsors.
If someone
So-
can sponsor us,
We are looking for
4-inch.
suppliers for next episode. 5-inch skillet.
Indeed.
It gets bigger and bigger. So
Yeah.
Okay,
That
I
was
guess-
actually fun. That was fun.
I guess that's the end of it. And now I'm asking you, what did you learn for this episode?
What did you learn?
Who wants to go
did actually
first?
Who wants to go first? Fine. I think
Go first.
mine isn't really it's not a specific thing, like,
Uh-huh.
but it's more of an observation. Na I super love it when people have a thing that they know and they're not. It's not usually like a mainstream thing. Like if you guys saw that Facebook post that's been going around, na parang it's this guy talking about how his mother has a super interesting like knowledge of birds, and then his like sister had like a super in-depth knowledge about puzzles. Like everyone has that thing that they could super go into detail about, and people share more of these things. People like share more
Oh, yeah.
of these like super in-depth dives into things like blood clotting and
the
And-
factors.
Vin Diesel fun facts and and tuna can measurements. Like the world needs more. What would you even
Perpetual
call
blue
it?
balls.
Maybe.
More
Who knows?
knowledge.
Who knows? Share your knowledge. Share your knowledge. I think that's what I learned.
For sure.
It's lovely
Or
to
come
share
on the show.
knowledge. Come on the show and
Come on
share
the
knowledge with us.
Come on the show and share your knowledge.
Yes, indeed. That's
So
what I.
we
So yeah,
can
Knowledge
use.
is power.
that's what I learned this episode. To put it into words, I learned that sharing knowledge is power.
Knowledge.
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 Again. No. I learned that going against Miggy was very, very, very intense, but that was very enjoyable too. So, good job again, Miggy.
Gotta activate your
My brain cells.
sympathetic system.
Oh God,
Oh,
my
no.
CNS, my PNS.
No, your debate jutsu.
Debate.
Debate jutsu.
We're doing we're doing ninja Naruto hand signals now.
How about you, Kit? What did you learn today? Tonight or today, wherever you're listening.
There are a lot of factors when it comes to coagulation. I thought it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I thought it would
It's
just.
crazy.
I thought it would just be like the ones in what do you call that? The anime.
The anime. Oh,
The
Oh yeah.
Cells at work.
Cells at work.
You know?
Cells at
I
work.
thought like the only factor is a bunch of kids would come in and throw the fibrin. I didn't know there would be like 12 different fucking ways on why they would throw the fibrin. So
13.
props to you, Biggie. Props to
Oh,
all the medical students. Respect.
side
Yeah.
tangent. Miggy, did the
Oh, for
anime do a good job of explaining the process, or was it very
They
much
did.
dumbed down? Oh,
Ooh.
They actually did.
Interesting.
Like we had immunology last exam, and all of the eosinophils, neutrophils, lymphocytes, they were actually pretty accurate to
Wow.
the textbook compared to the anime.
So for all of you people who made fun of anime in the past,
I got the power of anime.
I have the
They say
power of
wrong.
God and anime on my
Stay
side.
on my side.
Ryan, what have you learned?
God and anime on my side.
What did I learn? I learned that med school is actually shorter than 30 years. Well, depending on your speed run.
Who knows?
And
you
well,
only
I
take 30
recently
years.
learned that Cells at Work is doing a great job at depicting what's happening inside my body.
Better than Osmosis Jones.
Ooh, Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis
Top
Jones,
tier.
bro.
S
Better
tier.
than
Bro.
the Backyardigans.
Osmosis Jones.
Soy
bro.
Pablo.
How about you, Miggy? What did you learn, beloved guest?
I learned that talking to friends is very therapeutic.
Oh.
Ah.
We love you, Mickey.
Thank you, though,
Thank you,
for
Alex.
Thank you for joining
making
us.
time
Yes,
for the show. Yeah, because we know you are a very busy boy.
Oh yeah, that's also one of the reasons why we wanted to have this podcast, is to reconnect also with our friends amidst the pandemic. So we're very glad to hear that from you. So thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes.
So
I feel very connected.
I guess
Yeah. Shout out
For
to
sure.
you, or your batchmates, future doctors, current doctors.
yeah, this is the hot ones part where this
Past
camera.
doctor?
Yeah. Oh, this
How does Sean
Zoom
Evans
frame,
do?
this Zoom frame, or this Zoom frame.
Tell
Let
them
us
what you have
know
going on with your life
what's
right
going
now.
on in your life right now. Anyone you want to shout out? Anyone you want to?
Yeah,
Promote.
tell the people where they
Yeah.
can follow
Any movies you want to promote?
Any book deals? What else did they promote on Hot Ones?
I guess I just wanna shout out to my classmates at UERM 2024C because we're the best class in our batch.
Amazing.
Facts, because Mickey's there too. So for sure.
No bias there.
Respect.
No bias.
No
No
bias
bias.
at all.
Wow,
Sounds
what an
fun.
episode! This was a great episode. Thank you for coming over, Miggy. But before I formally end things, I have one question left. Who is the strongest backyardigan?
Oh, no.
Choose your answer. Choose your answer.
Send us a message.
Very well.
I would
Put
want
it
to
in-
debate again.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments.
Comments. Who is
We're gonna have an
the
extensive discussion about this in the future.
We all know
There
who
is
the most
there is
powerful
only
backyardigan is.
one S tier backyardigan, and it is